Hello everyone, I'm CZ Lumen and this is StarCraft 2. What I have for you here is a submitted game from Discord for a review and strategy and tactics to see how these individuals could be improved during their little fight here. This apparently is a platinum game between two opponents. We have a Protoss in the upper left hand corner and a Zerg in the bottom right hand corner. Mano F Gun is playing as the Protoss with, I have no idea how to really say that. That's actually why I've been avoiding speaking the name Ditef. I'm just going to refer to them as Protoss versus Zerg, and from here on out, when I call out comparison numbers such as 14 to 17 workers, the first number is going to be the Zerg player, with the Protoss being the second number. And that's just to help streamline when I do a little bit of call out. We have what looks like a fast hatchery opening for the Zerg player, which has been popularized here for a little bit. We're going to see if who takes the lead and why, and see if we can do any kind of battle breakdown. Now, I just skimmed over what was mentioned in the comments saying that this wasn't a great game, but hey, we're going to find out here in just a second. As long as both players had fun and really challenged one another, I don't care. I think a lot of games, even when they're bad, they're normally pretty good. As long as something happens, but we can always skip through the boring parts as base building. 35 to 30 workers right now. Zerg really taking the lead. I'm speeding forward to this, by the way. Twilight Council is being summed up, as well as a Stargate for the Protoss player. Zerg is still left on hatchery technology and a spawning pool. So this is we're gonna see a high-tech versus low-tech game. A roach warren getting ready to pop out here. Not a lot of gas for the Zerg player being harvested, so this is definitely going to be a high-tech versus low-tech game, especially once these air units start coming out, because Zerg doesn't have much really to answer for that, although it depends on what the Stargate's going to be. I wonder if this is going to be like a fast carrier opening. Nothing too crazy going on here. Wait, what do we have? Oh, we have an adept run by going after the third base on the Zerg side. 45 workers to 38, so these adepts don't get a whole lot of work done, only knocking down one drone and 10 Zerglings, but it's still a loss for the Protoss, actually. Zerg still, I mean, 3 bases, 1 base up against the Protoss, as well as a worker count, and going heavy mineral supply versus the Protoss having a lot of workers saturating those assimilators. I always wondered why they're called assimilators. I mean, like Vespene geyser extractors or something like that, but assimilator? Like, it's assimilating the gas? Is that what's going on here? Always been a mystery to me. Like, sometimes the naming conventions are a little bit strange, but yeah. We got warp gates, stargates, anything else. This is a fast 4th hatchery. Almost a 6-minute mark, and we have 4 hatcheries on the Zerg side. The Zerg is definitely taking the lead on the economy. Just now building up the Vespene gas. Skipping the one in the main base, but hey, who needs Vespene gas anyway? If you can attack, if you can win with a ground army, then why not? Although there's not really a lot of mineral-only Zerg forces that can shoot up, so that is a slight problem for the Zerg if this Protoss decides to go Sky Toss with this. But it looks like we're gonna have an Oracle, second Oracle? Yeah, we're gonna have an Oracle, or Oracles get spawned in here. Looks like a primarily ground-based army for the Protoss player. And still on 2 bases. Zerg doubling the bases, 52 to 42 workers. This Zerg is going, if this Zerg isn't stopped soon, this economy is really going to take off before the Protoss is going to be able to do much about it. A little pylon here, that little scouting pylon. Anybody remember Pylo the Pylon from H. Husky? and then that song was made by it. And that was years ago. I wonder, God, that was so many years ago. I wonder what Husky is doing right now. Last I saw, like, he had a YouTube video of him. I think he was building some stupidly expensive computer, like a $10,000 computer. 5th base coming up here, getting attacked by the Protoss player. A lot of adepts. This is so many adepts. Now adepts have a bonus damage to light forces or light units such as drones and zerglings. So this is definitely an anti-zergling force, and they're about to see a bunch of zerglings followed up by a bunch of roaches. So I don't know if necessarily this is what you want to see when you have a bunch of adepts, is all those roaches, but they get shooed away here a little bit. The oracles taking care of that distraction and using up their energy to try to do as much damage as they can to this hatchery, which will start to regenerate here shortly. How many drones they get knocked out? 7 drones and 1 hatchery. And even with that said, the Zerg economy is still better than the Protoss. So some serious economic damage needs to get done by the Protoss in some way, shape, or form if this is going to make a lasting impression. Complete wall off with setting up for a trickle. Oh, here we go. Is he gonna commit? No, there's no way he's gonna commit. Yeah, that's what I thought. Good retreat, good shading. 5th base, another 5th base coming up on the Zerg. This Zerg player has definitely a dominating economy, which is really helping out with any kind of losses here. But yeah, taking double the losses of the Protoss, but still ahead and still expanding. Protoss trying to catch up with a third hatchery, building up on their economy, really going all in on these adepts here. When I started playing StarCraft 2 a long time ago in adept, I didn't really see a whole lot of adept play, so this is a little new for me. I don't know if this is a new thing for Protoss to just mass adept and start fighting with it, but we're going to see how well that plays out against a roach army. I believe roaches are considered heavily armored, so that'll be fun. We are about to see a straight up fight. Look at this. Oh, they have shields. That's pretty gnarly. How many adepts are here? Almost 24 adepts versus over 24 roaches. Is this a distracting fight, or is this the main fight for the Protoss? 2 oracles with a little bit of energy. I don't know if this is going to be taken or moved to the side here. I don't even know if Protoss even is aware of that. So let's see what the tactics are. Minerals are getting mined out on both main bases. This is going to be a heavy economic fight here in just a second. Whoever wins this might be a deciding fight, but my bet is on the roaches here. So we're gonna, especially since they got first hit, second hit, third hit, no counterattack, 4th hits. That was disgusting. That was just brutal. Warp Prism here, just gonna watch these roaches just absolutely decimate these adepts. That was just brutal. Not paying attention here for just a second, losing all of those adepts and really turning the fight. Can Protoss even fight this? I'm going to be really surprised if Protoss comes up with something to fight this. I would GG here. What do they have? We have an Immortal and some Stalkers. For my viewers, do you think these Stalkers and this Immortal is going to be able to stop this, slow this, distract them, anything? It looks like the odds are definitely in. I was expecting a carrier or void rays or something in this base. 63 to 46 workers. I'm pretty sure Protoss here is gonna tap out here. This was a really bad situation you do not want to be in. 134 to 26 army supply. That's just brutal. Good game. Yep, good game is called by the Protoss player. We're gonna go back here and see if anything could have been done different. Like, what was the deciding factor for this? Zerg really picked up ahead with a solid economy. Protoss needed to stop that economy as much as possible and just didn't have anything after that first attack. Okay, we're gonna move here for the Protoss player. The question is, what did the Protoss player know? Did the Protoss player have good scouting?
The firstborn shall persevere.
In any meaningful way to counter this appropriately? It doesn't look like so. And a lack of scouting means you can't counter. This looks like a force that's getting ready to attack or deal with a lot of zerglings. No weapon or armor upgrade.
Dimensional strings attuned.
Yeah, they're really... trying to look for really anything. Protoss really needed to do at least a little bit of scouting here. We're going to zoom fast forward just a little bit and get the Protoss perspective.
The enemy has discovered us.
Our pylon is under attack.
Slight counterattack here, distracting the Protoss player just a little bit. Protoss does see all these zerglings, but roaches. Countering those roaches should be a pretty big deal. I mean, 2 oracles actually getting some work done. That is really dedicating to the adept play. And adepts are ranged forces, so that isn't bad, but that should be a big red flag. Countering roaches should be the top priority in just second, but I believe that's stalkers or immortals. Or an air unit, but this, yeah, these adepts here, it does not help that all of these adepts were lost. Okay, here we have a fight. This was a good fight, like good wall off and really trying to limit what happens here. But a lot of adepts here were lost in this fight, and I mean, shading in there, that would have been ugly. He's paying attention too, so more adepts is not the answer. But then again, Protoss here, let's see, Protoss has 1900 in the bank to be able to try to purchase anything to counter this. But I don't see any action going on.
Mineral field depleted.
Playing as normal, like nothing's going on. Yeah, more adepts. Zealots? That's rough. Rough match.
The firstborn shall persevere.
Warp Prism coming in. So the Warp Prism performing a counterattack may have helped if that Warp Prism could have gotten into the back of any of the lines here. But this... Oh, did I miss it? I did miss it, didn't I? Yeah. Look at all these adepts that are just about to get slaughtered. That was ugly too. Losing all these units for free. Well played by the Zerg player to just like surround and decimate. Like that was just...
I return to mineral field depleted.
That's hard. That's hard to watch. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this match and being able to see more of a bird's eye view and perspective on this fight. Zerg did everything well. Great expansions, great resource spending, solid work economy. Hydralisk Den coming up, not really needed. I mean, he saw the oracles, so just a slight shift in units to be able to counter oracles, which is a smart move. God, this is just a beast play here, especially since he was able to just shoo away those adepts as much as possible. This though, Protoss, I don't have any good advice for you aside for like you need to spread out or you need to counter better and build up those bases. You were just behind on the economy and there's not much you can do about it. So good game, and I hope you all have a good night.